Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift, episode 32. We got a special treat today. Two of my mentors in life. This is going to be iconic. Let's get nuts today. Everybody's out today. Joey, Isaac, Big Dave, yup, Jesse, Alex, Oleska. Everybody's out today. This is going to be unbelievable. I don't know what's... There he is. Big Dave. I see you, buddy. Yup. We're going to get the articulate alligator and then Spartan up himself, Joe DeSena, one of my favorite beings in the world. Let's get crazy. What does it say? What does it say?
Sharp, like your head, man, like that sharp pointed head of yours. How was the New York Marathon?
Huh?
How was the marathon?
It's next week.
How it's next? I thought I saw you running somewhere.
You did.
Where were you running?
Preparation.
Did you like my 3 a.m. weirdo text that I sent to you?
Well, the weirdest thing is that I texted you knowing that you're 3 hours back with an intuition that he might be up, and you text me right back because you're a psychopath in the best way possible. And I want to say something. You and I had a quick chat this week. Obviously, we're going to iron it out when we speak again this week. And I just want to take a second for the world and just acknowledge you as to how much I hold you in high regard, how much value you provide the world, but specifically me. You're right there with my family, my blood. There's no one I hold in higher regard. I love you so much. I'm a Dave Meltzer guy until breath. And even after you're gone, which will be never, I will carry on your legacy. And I love you and I appreciate you. And I just wanted to start the conversation out with that.
I love it. I see Ken Jocelyn in the house. We got our special guest in here as well. And I love you, my friend. I'm here to be of service, and the growth that I see in our community. Ken, big thumbs up. I'm sorry about the Lions being the best 0-7 team in history of the NFL, but they may win the next 9. So they may end up 9-7. Anyway, Craigie Poot, let's get started because we got our boy on. I got a football game to get to, so I don't want to waste any time. I want to get as much as I can to feed these people.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't know why I can't see the comments. It's a little answer, but real quickly, Office Hours was great last night. Rob Beard on. We're going to have him on the Paradigm Shift next week, which is super cool. Jack Canfield. Another shout out to Big Dave, and in my opinion, the coolest show on today. Every Friday night on Bloomberg, 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 time Pacific. It's all about picking the brain of the entrepreneurs and the best in the world at what they do and how they do it. Another great episode. Everybody check it out.
Thank you, brother.
We're going to bring on Big Joe. We're going to go right in. Joe's one of my favorite people in the world. He's out of his mind.
I wish he was my dad. I would have turned out a lot better.
He's out of his mind.
He's out of his mind.
I met him a couple of weeks ago. I love him.
I love him too, man. There he is. He's Mobile Joe.
You dig? Everybody go
no
grab
Wi-Fi.
this.
You got to pull in. We have no Wi-Fi. I have a new driver, a friend of mine that is friends with my kids and wrestles. Literally has been driving for 3 months. We pulled into somebody's driveway, and then sure enough, that person pulled into their own driveway and want to know why we're blocking their driveway. And I said, it's because I got Craig and Dave, and they're important, so you're going to have to wait outside your house and not get into your house until I'm done with this. Let's go.
That's why we love you, buddy. And also, Dave, I texted both of you this morning really early. I knew Joe was going to be up. Just being around you guys, both of you guys have been mentors to me. Dave, I literally work with. And Joe, when I read his first book, Spartan Up, it changed everything for me. And everyone for the audience listening, we're going to do a giveaway at the end. Go grab this book. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we're going to dive right in. Ready for it, Joe?
Let's go.
You talk about in the new book something that I think everybody needs to understand. Beware of your own bullshit. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, can you guys hear me well? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Can you guys hear me well? Good. Yeah, so listen, I like to say if you're in your own head, you're behind enemy lines, number one. Number two, we tend to believe stuff that our mind creates, but most of the time it's not true. I can't do that. That's not possible. I don't wake up early. Play the tape of the stuff you say. My mother used to say when I was a kid, don't put those words out into the universe. They become true. And as a young kid, I said, Mom, you're nuts. How could words mean anything? How could words become true? But it becomes your narrative. Before you know it, you start to believe it. It's a tape that plays in your head. It becomes bullshit. Everybody around you starts to expect you to act that way. So if you want to be a certain way, if you want to be unbelievable, if you want to get stuff done, if you want to wake up early, if you want to be motivated, you have to start saying that, right? You have to say, this is the way I am, even though you might not be that way yet. You become that. You become what you say.
And, you know, Joe, it's so interesting because I take it both ways, and I agree 100%. Obviously, that's the whole system in my life of say, think, do, and believe. And even also, though, understanding your quantum being, your personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, addictions, your own potential. And one of the deficiencies of my potential is I'm a bullshitter, right? I was born into a long line of energetic and genetic bullshitters, people who oversell, backsell, lie, manipulate, and cheat inherently more than probably the human being. So I've actually had to utilize other people that are closest to me to call me on my bullshit as well, because sometimes I think it's impossible because of what's inherently us, our quantum being, to recognize some of the things that we have told ourselves generations or lifetimes. How important is it to have accountability partners call you on your bullshit?
Yeah, I think first thing is you got to set the narrative. You got to set your story, not the story that you've been told your whole life, but the story you want from today forward, right? So you set your story, you write it out, get your English correct, and then talk to your 5 closest friends, because you're an average of your 5 friends, and say, listen, this is my story going forward. Maybe I've been deficient so far, right? Is Charlie in the background? Can you see Charlie here? We got Jake.
There he is.
We got the kids in the back. We just got done with wrestling practice. So get your 5 friends, and if those friends don't hold you accountable, they don't raise you up, get rid of them and get new friends, right? Tell your family, whatever. Here's my new story. I need some help staying on this path. If you see me not doing these things or falling, you have to let me know. Don't worry. I'm not going to get upset. I just want to be held accountable. The same way the GPS in the car keeps you on track, going to your destination. And it's that simple, guys. You don't have to be what you've been. You don't have to be that person. We start over.
Joe's got nuggets today. I got a good one for you, Joe, because this doesn't apply to me yet, but you talk a lot about it in the book, and I think Dave could probably benefit from this too. But especially my brother Mark, who I see on now, who had a baby boy who just turned a little over 1, started walking. A lot of things we talk about in the book is developing gritty kids at a young age. I think society has gotten away from us, too much Netflix and video games. How do we develop gritty kids, Joe?
Oh, come on. It's so easy. These guys in the back that are using their phones, embarrassing in the middle of this, they're using their fucking phones right now, all of them. Right? But I've been waking them up since they're probably 3 or 4 years old, 5:30 in the morning, 7 days a week. They got to do a workout. They got to eat salad. Oh, I don't want salad. I don't want vegetables. Okay, then you don't eat. 3 or 4 days with no food, you'll eventually like asparagus, right? So you remember, you are in control of the kid. When Charlie, right behind me, complains about something, Dad, this or that, I say when you're 18, 19, 20, you'll get to do whatever you want. From now on, I'm in charge, right? And that's the deal. I think we're playing popularity contests with our kids. We want to make sure we look cool with our friends. We don't want the kid kicking and screaming, but that's not what we're doing. We're raising adults. And so to raise adults, you got to have those guardrails in place. Joe, don't wake them up so early because they need to sleep in. Are you kidding me? How is that going? Take a look at the diabetes. Take a look at the obesity. Take a look at what kids look like in general right now. No, yeah, of course kids need sleep. Put them to bed earlier. They shouldn't be up until 11 or 12 o'clock at night because you want to be up until 11 or 12 o'clock at night because you don't want to have the tough conversation. Put them to bed earlier, and then they wake up early, and they work out. And make sure you work out too, because they're looking at what you do. You are a model for what they're going to be. So if you're smoking cigarettes and you're not waking up early and you're not working hard, they're not going to be the best they can be. They're going to do what you did.
I love you.
And Joe, you know, with social media and the aspect of those phones, there's so much comparison. And, you know, I grew up with 6 kids and a single mom, and she used the philosophy of waking us up all early so we weren't in trouble, but she used guilt as her superpower instead of force, which worked well. But to that respect, how do we teach the kids, you know, that you don't have to be better than anyone else? You just have to do your best.
Well, I want to answer the question with 2 parts to that question. Number 1, be there shortly. I'm in the middle. I'm with Dave and Craig. Number 1, your mom used guilt because she didn't have the fulcrum that we have today, which is a cell phone. These kids behind me, the kids to my left, you can't see, they are so addicted to these cell phones that you can use a cell phone to get anything you want. Hey, you got to go run 10 miles. Otherwise, you don't get your phone today. They'll run 10 miles. Hey, you got to learn a new language by noon. Otherwise, you don't get your phone today. They'll learn a new fucking language. They'll do anything for the phone, anything. You got to eat 16 salads for dinner. They'll scoop it up with a shovel to get their phone. So that's number 1. Number 2, what was the second question? You guys laughed and you
comparison. How do we teach our kids you don't have to be better than other people? Just do your best.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the boys wrestle, okay, and they think I might get upset because they lose. I could care less about winning and losing in a wrestling. It does not matter to me. What matters is that they fight 1,000% during the match. I don't care what the score is. And so if you could learn to fight, because that's what I had to do during COVID. That's what I got to do to get through raising 4 kids, right? That's what we have to do to survive. You got to be able to fight. So the skill we're learning in life is that ability to be resilient, to bounce back, to fight through. And I think it's just conversations with the kids. You know, you could fall into the trap where the kid is looking at how many likes their friends get, how many whatever the fuck the KPIs are on social media, right? Like the kids could be looking at that and comparing themselves to that. But again, that's not real life. You know, I joked with my team yesterday. I said, look, Facebook changed their name to Meta. We should change the name of Spartan to Univ, UNIV, like universe. And we should tell the world, in Facebook's world and Instagram's world, you live in a fake world that seems real. In Spartan's world, we live in a real world that seems fake. And so you got to teach the kids, that, like, in the real world, none of that shit matters. You know how many times I've been skiing? I go skiing with my kids in the winter, right? We're skiing top of the mountain in Vancouver, let's say. And I see these kids that look really good, but they don't have skis on. They got fur hats on. They're all dolled up. And they're taking pictures of themselves at the top of the mountain. They took the chairlift up. They took the chairlift down. They got their photos. They're like, that's bullshit. That's not real life. And so you just got to teach the kids that.
Craig, I got to add this real quick. There's a kid that worked for me, and, you know, I work out on the road. I'm like Joe, right? I believe you got to break a sweat every day, different types of activity every day. But, you know, I wake up at 4, so I'm on the East Coast, and I'm in the gym, and this kid who works for me comes into the gym, takes all dressed up in his gym clothes, he doesn't see me there, takes a picture of himself in the gym, goes back upstairs, and I see a post, you know, up at 4:30 a.m. breaking a sweat. I'm like, what world am I living in?
Who was this on your team?
I'm going to throw him under the bus. It's Jeremy Greenfield, the CEO of Popl, Popl. I'm not afraid of holding him accountable, man. That was the cheesiest thing I've ever seen.
I love it. I'm obsessed with you. I got to ask both of you, bro. Because both of you do this better than anybody I know. And Joe, you talk about this in your book, and you say it like this: don't play Russian roulette with your routine. Routine is so important. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, listen, in religions, we've had rituals. Most of the time we've been on the planet, we've had these rituals. So you need to come up with a ritual, with a routine, a thing you do every single day. You tell everybody you do it every day. Your buddy from Popl there, like, maybe he's got to tell everybody, look, I take a photo in the gym at 4:30 a.m. every morning. That's my routine. But, no, lay out your routine. Do it for 3-4 days, then 3-4 months, and then before you know it, it just becomes your thing. There's so many days when I don't want to break a sweat, when I don't want to take a cold shower, when I don't want to eat a salad with every meal. But because I say it over and over and over publicly to everybody, I tell myself, that's the tape I play in my head. I stick to it. 99% of the time I stick to it because it just became my routine.
Yeah, I
Dave,
love
what's part of the
Yeah, I just love the fact that he says 99% of the time, because I think, you know, as people that are out here trying to teach people of what we do, you have to have the humility to say, you know, I spend minutes and moments outside of my best. I spend minutes and moments in ego-based consciousness. I miss stuff once in a while, but it's not where I live, that's for sure. And then I think what Joe does really well, and I've taken from him too, is the know my non-negotiables. When he talks about his kids, when he talks about the family, when he talks about Spartan races, it's non-negotiable. He knows his what, his who, his how, his now. He's applying his why, what he believes in. It's non-negotiable, which allows him to adapt in the alignment to what he wants in his life and what he thinks is best in his life. Not what other people want, right? Not what other people want, not what's missing or we don't want. He's not afraid of people saying, hey, I can't believe you say this. You wake up your kids. He has tremendous stories in that book and other places about what other people think about his philosophies. He doesn't give a shit. He has his non-negotiables. And guess what? The results speak for themselves.
That's right. We got to do a Spartan event, us three. Joe, I'm running the New York City
Listen,
Marathon.
City Field is coming up. I think, take a look. City Field Spartan. Dave is in New York. I think, Dave, you're in New York. Where are you?
I'm in California, but I can fly.
Yeah. So we got to get everybody. Craig, round up a couple of hundred people. We'll get you out on the course. We'll get a box at City Field. It's a life-changing experience. We got to get everybody there, and it's like 2 weeks from now. So let's make that happen.
Joe, I'm running the New York City Marathon next week. When I get to mile 20 and that voice comes in my head that tells me to stop, what am I going to tell it?
You're going to tell it, what would Joe do?
Hey, Joe, where can everyone get the book?
You can get the book, I think it's for sale on Amazon. If not, I got a ton of copies in the garage. You can come to my house. I'll give you one. But go on Amazon, get one, get an Audible, whatever. Shoot me an email, joe@spartan.com. Do me a favor. Even if the book sucks, give me a review. They say reviews are important. So if you give me a review, but I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like the book.
Everybody go get the book, write a review, take a screenshot, tag Joe and Spartan, and the greatest review will get 1 free ticket to a Spartan event from Joe. Fair enough?
I like that. And we'll meet either at City Field. We got Fenway coming up. Let's do one of these races. It's all on me. If you round up a bunch of people, no charge. The suffering is on me.
And what's up with that supplement that you gave me when I saw
Craig?
I gave Dave, sorry to interrupt. I gave Craig a Spartan Energy pill. You can get those. It's a plant-based pill from ancient Greece. It's a plant that grows in the mountains in Greece, and it translates, no bullshit. It translates from ancient Greek to English. He is of iron. This was Hippocrates and Socrates tea. I found it in the mountains. I gave it to Craig. Craig, is very low energy. As soon as he took the pill, I had him doing burpees. He was jumping up and down. He said he was going to start going to the gym. He might even do a podcast. This is how this happened.
I love it. And anyone that sends me the review of Joe's book, I'll send them a signed copy of my book, pay for the book and shipping. If you give him a review, I'll send you that for you. So david@dmeltzer.com, send me that review. And it's one of the best books that I've read to change my life even. There's a lot of things in there that recollected, and remembered who I was and what my potential is. So, Joe, thanks for all the inspiration. Take care of those kids. They're our future.
Yeah.
All right.
I love you both.
You guys are awesome. They said in ancient Greece, they said they got to be better than us. We got to make the kids better than us.
Bye.
Which for us three, it's easy. I'll see you.
What would Joe do?
That's man. I got to jump to Miles' football game. You are an amazing weirdo. I love you. And everyone should follow Craig Siegel that's on here if they're not already, obviously. Thank you so much, my brother. Talk to you soon.
Text you later. Good luck to Miles. Love you.
I love you, Jess. I see you there. Bye.
Guys, such an unbelievable conversation. 2 of my mentors, one directly and one indirectly. I can't see the comments for some reason, but if you're not already in the texting community for CLS, text the number 917-634-3796. just text the word hello. We'll sign you up. Free daily inspiration mindset. And the hottest thing on the planet right now, it's exploding, is the CLS membership. We have the weekly Zooms. We bring in the guest speakers, but most importantly, it's the greatest networking space on the planet right now. It's not a community. It's a family. Everybody in there supports each other. They love each other. They're becoming each other's clients. When someone posts something, everybody tags it. It's the most fun thing going on right now. We have so much surprises. The CLS membership. Have an unbelievable weekend, all of you. Get ready for the New York City Marathon. If we get to mile 20, we should be so fortunate with no physical training. What would Joe do? I saw my mom and my brother on here before. I love you guys so much. We're doing the marathon for Big Dad, Don Siegel, the legend himself, and Jesse and Alex. I see you on here, my loyal Empire Building Queens, and the whole CLS family. I pour my heart and soul for you guys every single day, and you pour it right back to me, and I feel it, and I'm going to feel it every single mile on the New York City Marathon next week. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Let's all be better.